rebellions are built on hope.
And welcome to a special episode of Radio Rebellion, a Star Wars podcast. I'm your host, Alberto Calderon, and we're back trying this for a second time. If you join us live on Saturday, our connection broke down and we weren't able to do our official show, so here we are today, just trying to get through this. We really want to talk about Skeleton Crew. I thought about just leaving it, but you know what? This is a great show, a great fun family show, so let's take a couple minutes and talk about Skeleton Crew episode 5. Again, I just want to give thanks to everyone that did show up to the live stream yesterday. Fred and Dale, Brennan, and Ro from the Sky podcast. They did make it to the show as we were going live for about 5 minutes before I lost internet connection. Hopefully that doesn't happen today. We can have a full show. We'll be quick. We'll try to get through this. The storm's coming and everything, so we'll try to get some new friends. Our friend Obi-Wan Kenobi and Jar Jar Binks are right there next to me as we talk Skeleton Crew. So let's go ahead. First, Merry Christmas to everyone out there. And this is our final show of the year. We'll have a couple of shows at the beginning of January to round up Skeleton Crew, and then we'll take our couple of weeks break. We'll take a quick break and then come back. But if you guys are ready, I'm not ready. Let's talk Star Wars and Star Wars on TV.
I am not your failure, Obi-Wan.
Star Wars on TV.
All right, so Skeleton Crew episode 5. You have a lot to learn about pirates. The crew, they left at Attin. I told you guys last week my thoughts about the Jewels of the Old Republic. I thought they were going to visit one of the other planets that was mentioned. This was going to be that rich, quote unquote, planet. And it really didn't happen that way. They did go to the planet I thought they were going to in terms of the trailers where they're all dressing what I thought was fancy clothes. It was actually just the pirate guard that was left in the ship, which this place where the kids are jumping on the bed wanting to experience the buffet. They did go to that planet, but it was a brand new planet, not what I thought. So that kind of breaks down that theory that I had. Well, that's fine. Let's have fun today. So let's start with the parents. Actually, before I start, this episode, I know a lot of people ranked it really high. I saw people saying that this was their favorite episode of the season so far. I wasn't there. I watched the episode now 3 times, so my views on it have changed a little bit. When I watched it initially, I was like, it dragged a little bit, not at the middle, but kind of late beginning to the middle. I don't want to say that it fell into a kiddie territory, more for the kids. It was a little bit slapstick here and there. I just thought it dragged a little bit too much. It is a family show. It is with kids, and with those are things that we've highlighted here as things that we really enjoyed. I just thought there was too much back to back, so it dragged a little bit before it got into a little bit more interesting territory. But watching it again a couple of times, that kind of went away. I didn't have those issues. So I did like the episode a lot, especially the last 10 to 15 minutes. But there were parts a little bit after the beginning, probably when they get to La Nupa, and we'll talk about it, that I think it dragged a little bit, but it's fine. Nothing against it. It's still an extremely fun show. It was a very fun episode. I love that we still get the parents involved in the show and involved in trying to rescue the kids or find out what's going on. This is something that me and Oti talked about a couple of episodes into it. That is not like a lot of these type of movies that the parents show up for a couple of episodes or a couple of scenes, I should say, and they're just aloof. They don't care what's going on, and then we don't see them again till either the end of the movie or we really don't see them again. The parents here are involved in what's happening with their kids, and they're not totally inept. They're just either too busy with work or something else. Well, they're actively trying to find the kids. Numa, you gotta love Numa, right? Neil's mom. She comes clutch with a slicer to get into the system. But come on, Numa, you gotta find something not as bright. It has 3 different cables, 5 different colors. Even if it didn't cause a power surge, the droids were going to see it. it's obvious. It's everything there is sterile white, and there's like yellow tape, orange wires. It was gonna be obvious. Poor Wendell was gonna get caught anyway. We got a very fun scene, right, with Wendell and the droid trying to show his hands. What do you have behind your hand? The other hand. Show me both hands at the same time. Very fun scene. And it keeps the parents, again, engaged with what's going on, but it still has that fun element to the show that we've experienced with some of the other characters. I like I mentioned, the parents are still trying to find a way to send a message out there. And then Wendell says something that was interesting to me. I'll cover more at the end, but it's when he said, I'm trying to send a message out there without giving away the location of where we are. So it's like the parents know. It's like not everyone is aloof of their situation. The parents know there's a barrier. I mean, everyone knows there's a barrier. But the parents know that the location of At Attin needs to be kept quiet. Why? We'll see. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And then Farah, same as Fern has done before, memory wipes the droid and tells it to forget everything that happened. So she's still trying to play, not the politics, kind of play it safe. Put an inquiry to the supervisor, will try to do it that way. And Wendell's like, the supervisor's not going to do anything for us. We got to do it ourselves. All right, but for the kids, let's talk about Captain Tack Renaud and the Onyx scene. Another fun scene. I really enjoyed this when they tie down SM-33, trying to keep him in place so he doesn't hurt anyone. And then when he wakes up, he just breaks through the bonds. They weren't gonna keep him down, so that was a very fun scene. But one thing that threw me was a little bit weird. Last week at the end of the episode, of halfway, a little bit closer to the end, when Jod comes in and saves the kids, I mentioned here last week that I love how Fern's vulnerability showed through, how happy she was, or surprised and happy, even not smiling, but internally, you know that she was happy that Jod showed up to rescue them, because all the weight that they had put on her, and she had put on herself by calling herself captain at every single position. So I was a little bit thrown off that, and this part of the episode where they're trying to wake up SM-33 to get information about the coordinates, her and Jod are again going at each other, trying to battle for position, who's the leader here, and that plays throughout the whole episode and really important for the end. So I was a little bit surprised at that kind of relationship hadn't changed, but it made sense for the episode and where it ends. But anyway, SM-33 reveals that his original captain was this famous Captain Tack Renaud, and that throws Jod into glee, knowing that he was, this is the Onyx Cinder, Tack Renaud, this infamous pirate that killed everyone, has all this treasure, and he goes into very excited about reliving the adventures of Tack Renaud, and the kids couldn't care less. It's like, yeah, I don't care, just get us home. That's what we want. We don't care about this whatever pirate that you're mentioning out there. But the big thing is SM-33 says, I don't have the coordinates to At Attin, but I know where they are. Captain, during the captain's log, the coordinates are in the captain's log in his hideout in Skull Ridge Mountain. And I tweeted this out, sorry, not tweeted. I posted this on Blue Sky a couple of days later. Was Disney, you gotta capitalize on this. The name is there, Skull Ridge Mountain, as an attraction on Disney World, Disneyland, next to Galaxy's Edge. Come on, that's bank right there. I hate that they made Galaxy's Edge canon to say, this is Disney, do whatever you want. Retrofit something and just put Skull Ridge Mountain there. Or for Star Tours, you gotta visit Skull Ridge Mountain at some point. It's just a perfect place, and when it got introduced in the show, it just looks awesome. But just the name, that sounds like a Disney World ride. Skull Ridge Mountain, the Demon's Nest, Battle World, Lanupa. Oh man, SM-33 is so bummed that they turned this pirate haven into a luxury planet, into a spa. We gotta go to the spa. I love when those are bloodthirsty buccaneers. Oh no, they really look like pleasure yachts. So the whole episode, he's just broken down. He can't believe that his home has turned into this luxury planet. They're having conferences. People are just bathing in this spa. There used to be acid for torture. He gets put, that's restraining blow. That's an ongoing joke for the rest of the episode. Plus, again, plays an important part at the end when Spoilers, Jod betrays them. Oh no, Obi-Wan, stay there. You have the high ground. Don't fall. Actually, I do have the high ground. One thing that I love, not just in this episode, but the series as a whole, is how many aliens we're getting. How many aliens designs. See, I got my Chewbacca shirt right there. And, it's something that sometimes we criticize in Star Wars. I know Andor got a lot into it. There's not a lot of aliens into it. Acolyte, we saw a bunch. But here, every episode, it's dozens and dozens of alien designs, alien creatures. They look great. That hut that showed up in Lanupa was awesome. The moon that showed up, of course, just bathing in the hot springs, reminded everyone of the Acolyte, and Darth Plagueis over there just peeking through the corner. And Catholops, we'll get to Catholops in a minute, but again, this giant creature there. So I love that they are not shying away from showing all the aliens. Plus, of course, you have Neil as this creature character out there as a main character. So I love seeing that. That's what makes Star Wars, right? All the droids and all the aliens kind of just living their life and just chilling in the hot springs. So when they get there to Lanupa, great character design. I love her already. Is Pocket, this Umbaran bounty hunter played by the voice actress of Brave. I love that design. I love the look of her. That's Ola Jareni, right? So if we ever get Ola Jareni in Star Wars, we know what she might look like a little bit. But then she reveals another name for Jod Nanawood in Dash Sentin. And then later on, we also get Jodwick Sent. Do you think this is just going to be a running gag to the whole show? Because we have Captain Silvo, Jod Nanawood, Crimson Jack, and now we have Dash Sentin and Jodwick Sent. What, 5 names? Is this going to be a running gag through the whole season, and we get another 1 or 2 extra names? Or are they just setting it up for at some point reveal his actual name and it's something recognizable? And I don't mean it's going to be Jod Kenobi or a hidden Skywalker or anything like that, but maybe it's a name from Legends or a name we've kind of heard through canon novels. We'll see. I think it'll probably just be a running gag, and I think it's fun. Let's just keep it as a running gag. We don't need to reveal a big name at the end. So we get the kids playing dress up. They're jumping on the bed after Pocket tells Jod, "Hey, I'm a bounty hunter. I'm a private contractor now, so maybe I'll see what's." I haven't checked the pucks. I'm just telling you, kind of giving you a heads up that I'm gonna check those bounty out there. I hope that we get more of Pocket. I know that maybe she got dissolved in the acid. Hopefully not. I want to see more of that character. It's a great design again, and just bring more bounty hunters into Star Wars, into Star Wars television, and let's keep them going. That was a great design. We just don't want to say just for one episode, and that's it. So they say, okay, let's divide and conquer. Some of us will look for the Tack Reynolds sigil, and we'll look in this hot springs or in this spa. You go to the masseuse or wherever, and we'll try to find the divide and conquer. But it's all about Catholops, right? They find this giant creature underneath the mountain, the caves over there. He only wants to hear stories. He's a little bit bored. He just wants to hear some stories. And Wim and Fern basically gives them the whole story, basically tells them the show, everything that's happened so far. I said, yeah, don't trust this guy. But if you survive this, come back and tell me another story. I'll love to hear it. And again, before this, we get more with that back and forth between Fern and Jod deciding who's going to go where, who's going to divide. SM33 says, "Oh, I'll go with the captain because I got to follow my captains." And before that, also when they arrive on Lanupa, he's like, "Okay, this is not a place for kids. Me and SM33 will go by ourselves, and you guys stay here." And she's like, "No, you're not gonna leave us behind." So I'm going, and then SM33 says, "Oh, I gotta go where the captain goes." Kind of teeing up also what's gonna happen at the end. We're all like, SM33, really? Are you gonna leave them? But he needs to follow the captain. But I love Catholops, right? This play on Cthulhu, this giant underwater sea monster. We got that on Star Wars. I don't know. I love weird alien creatures in Star Wars, and we get a bunch. So here we have Catholops that can destroy the whole mountain if he wants. I know what's going to stand in his way, but here we go. No fun. And then the pirates arrived. That was a very cool scene because at the beginning, when the Onyx Cinder arrives on Lanupa, and we have the two ships from, oh, this is a pleasure planet. We don't want any trouble. Just surrender your weapons and follow us. As soon as the pirates arrive on the Lanupa ships, try the same thing. They just get blown away. So very cool. Like, yeah, we're here to cause trouble. We're not here to follow your rules. Oh man, let me take a quick sip. So let's talk about the kids. As always, we talk about the kids separate and just betrayal. So this they played it really well because at the beginning of the episode we have Wim missing his family. Right, he's not meshing with everything that's going on in the cockpit. He goes back, picks up his data pack with his stories, and starts going through it again. And then Judge kind of feels what's going on and goes visit him. Realizes that Wim is missing his family, missing his dad, missing his mom. It's like, oh, it's chin up. You'll see them soon enough. Not my mom. We don't know really what happened with his mom, but probably tell that his mom died. So he could have just been a pirate, right? And say, oh, screw it, parents, we don't need them, and let's just keep going. He kind of does it a little bit, but he also gives very good advice, right? And I would say very Jedi advice. When you tell your parents, your friends, everything that's going on, that's just attachments. Forget about them. That's what I did. They hold you back. You have this great imagination. Just do that. You can create your own future. And he goes to your very Qui-Gon Jinn. He knows about it. Right, Obi-Wan? You've heard this before. Your focus determines your reality. Which again, attachments, forgetting about attachment and your focus determines your reality is something we've heard very central to Jedi philosophy. So keep pushing that kind of notion there, or that little nagging at the back of your head that he might be a Jedi. Wim asks him again when he uses a force to pick up the tablet, how can you do that if you're not a Jedi? He just smiles. I know a few episodes before he said, I never said I was a Jedi. He hasn't said that he's not a Jedi either. Could he be something else, or could he just be kind of like Ahsoka? I'm not a Jedi now, or I used to be. But they keep dropping those little hints that I think has to have some payoff at the end. Like I said before, with Fern, this was again going back to the first two episodes when they're more focused on Fern and Wim, Kit's wife. But of course, we got a lot with Judd also. But it's that Fern and Judd kind of push and pull for power, for leadership that kind of goes throughout the whole episode. And then here, when they find Captain Reynolds' hideout, this treasure, this is where everything comes to a head. That scene, everyone has said it already, but that's Indiana Jones right there. That's the Last Crusade, right? Going to get the cup of Jesus is the same thing. Love that scene. Love the little booby traps. Poor Neil almost gets all of them decapitated. And then when the security comes by, they go into that hover lift or whatever with all the spikes after they get shot by the pirates. But a very cool scene. Then the credit scene with the acid was another cool nod to all those Indiana Jones kind of mummy adventures there. High Republic lightsaber. I had joked with Oti that maybe what they find in all the treasure is gonna be. Maybe, I don't think I said a lightsaber before. Maybe at some point where I was gearing more to a holocron. I even joked about Silandra shield showing up at some point. But we did get a lightsaber. I'm gonna say it's very obvious that it is a High Republic lightsaber. It's fine if they never confirm it, but the colors and the design scream High Republic. So yeah, let's just keep going this High Republic vibe around. We got it with the Acolyte. We get it now with Skeleton Crew. And hopefully we'll get it moving forward a little bit. So my theory about At Attin, yes, being a treasure planet of ultimate treasure or ultimate reward, kind of goes a little bit. I was hoping that the ultimate treasure was knowledge and that was kept inside a hidden Jedi temple. I think that might still be the cave, that there is a hidden temple in on At Attin, but maybe not, as it's revealed that it's the last Old Republic mint, so they can print unlimited credits or infinite credits. This goes back to when the kids were talking, what do our parents do all day? Oh, they're analysts. Yeah, what are they analyzing? Something boring, something about money. So everyone there apparently, at least the parents that we know of, might be involved in this Old Republic Mint, just creating infinite credits. And this is where Judge said, okay, it is the land of ultimate treasure or infinite treasure. And this is where he invokes his right to challenge the captain in a battle to the death. And unfortunately, SM33 first has his restraining bolt, so he can't really help, but he lives by the pirate code, so he needs to, it's the rules. You invoke the code, you got to fight to the death. I still believe in Jot Nanawood as a good guy by the end of the show. We talked about this a couple of episodes ago, that that's going to be a fake out. It seems like he's going to betray them, but he'll come back. This is in episode 7 or episode 8. This is episode 5. We still have 3 episodes for him to turn back. And I think he will. Yeah, there's a storm coming. I see the trees moving, so hopefully my connection doesn't fall this time. So yeah, he betrayed them. All the trailers, all the characters that we made that have known Jot keep saying, don't trust him, don't trust him, don't trust him. So it's obvious that at some point he's going to betray them. But it worked perfectly. The delivery and the execution worked to a T. It doesn't seem like, yeah, we've been waiting for it. What's the big surprise? What's the big deal? We kind of knew it. It worked. But I still think he'll come back and help them later on. Poor Fern tried to defend herself. She wasn't going to give an inch. He kind of reminded, you're an adult. We're kids. What are you doing? You can't fight. And she's like, I don't want to hurt you. So just say that you yield and we'll be done with it. You gotta love Wim. He tried to be a Jedi. Episode 1, he said that he wanted to help people who couldn't help themselves. He grabbed that lightsaber, but unfortunately had it upside down. Give a shout out to the director and the writers and the actors, how they executed that scene, because the music swells up. He has the lightsaber. You know he's not going to defeat Jod, but to have that comedic timing to just turn the lightsaber on upside down and it just goes flying was a great kind of tension breaker, because it gives you a little pause. Oh, haha, that happened. But yeah, it still has a knife to her throat. She yields. Unfortunately, it's okay. First order of business, SM33 arrest him for mutiny. But Wim remember that he didn't escape and just runs off or presses down on the bench and they just slide through to wherever they're going. And then Judd ends up with that lightsaber. We see the thumbnail for this video. He's holding that lightsaber. Looks a little small on his hand. I think it's just the camera work. But again, why is he holding a lightsaber? Does he know how to use it? So all in all, before I go into what I think is going to happen next and some more theories, a very good episode. I'll probably put it kind of halfway on my ranking if I would start ranking these episodes. I think that all the scenes with once they land on La Nupa and they start trying to get a room and what's my name and here's a credit and another credit and the kids are playing and here's more credits and we're jumping on the bed, which I knew was coming. And then when Jod and KB and Neo are being chased through the spas, all that was too close together. I found a little bit kiddish. But apart from that, the episode was great. That ending, again, very serious. Kids are in trouble. What's going to happen next? We don't know. And now that Jod has the coordinates to At Attin, he knows how to get there. He has the Onyx Cinder. He has SM33. Seems that he's poised to go to the planet and take whatever treasure he wants, and the kids are going to be stuck behind, and the pirates are still there. So next 3 episodes are going to be very interesting. And from this recording, we're 2 days away, so it's going to be cool to keep seeing where the show goes. All right. So what happens next? So even though some of my theories have kind of been thrown to the wayside, I still hold some of them close to my heart. I think it's going to happen. But there's a reason that Kim on episode 3 that Al told KB, if you're ever in trouble, call me, I'll help you. I think that's gonna happen. I think KB somehow, I don't know how they exchange contact information, but I think KB is gonna contact Kim for help, and we're gonna get X-wings flying over Lanupa. We might have seen that on one of the TV clips on or one of the trailers. I think it's there. I think that's gonna happen. So contact Kim somehow. They'll send X-wings to help them get rid of the pirates, and they'll find a way out of there. How do they get from there to At Attin? I don't know that part, but I think KB is going to contact Kim next episode. So another big thing is, so this Old Republic credit mint. So they're creating credits for someone. The parents know about it. Like I mentioned at the beginning, Wendell says, "Oh, I just want to send a message, but I won't reveal the location of At Attin." So the parents know that the location of At Attin needs to be kept secure. Why? And why do they have an Old Republic mint and they don't want anyone else to know about it? Who are they supplying Old Republic credits to? I know a lot of people had said that maybe At Attin was an Empire planet. I thought it was more a Republic planet. But maybe it is. Maybe it is an Empire planet, and they're creating and supplying Old Republic credits to the remnants of the Empire, and that's how this then connects to what's happening in the rest of the Mandoverse and the Empire that's kind of trying to grow again. Maybe that's how they make that connection. Because I don't think that New Republic will be using Old Republic credits. Maybe the Empire remnants are just to fund whatever creation of starships that they're doing out in the outer regions, on the unknown region, sorry, and wild space. So I think it'll be a cool scene, a cool reveal that we all think that this peaceful planet run by droids, kind of Wizard of the Oz planet, that they're all innocent, and actually they're part of the bad guys. And the kids don't know about it, but the parents do, and they're supplying the Empire remnants. I think that'll be a cool reveal. So talking about Jod, I keep saying that he was a Jedi at some point. I still want to fall there, but maybe he was an Inquisitor. Um, I think there's something there. He's obviously force sensitive. I'm still gonna say that he used to be a Jedi. Maybe he lost everyone during Order 66 and then went into piracy. Maybe he was a Jedi and didn't cut it as a Jedi Knight, didn't pass the trials and was let go and then went into piracy. Or maybe he was a Jedi that turned into an Inquisitor, and now that Darth Vader is dead and the Emperor is dead, then he turned to piracy at some point. That's where I cannot lean. He was a Jedi at some point, but he does know a lot about Tag Renault and all pirate history. So maybe he's always been a pirate. And why didn't we see Tag Renault? Who is Tag Renault? We just saw the hologram. They didn't show the face. It'll be surprising if it's someone that we know. I don't know. Well, we'll find out. And then to end, Jude Law, man, we mentioned it before. Like, he's having so much fun playing the Star Wars universe. Seems born to be there. He needs to be in a movie, right? You can't get rid of Jude Law that is in Star Wars. I think it will be a big draw. You put Jude Law. I don't think he'll show up in the Mandalorian Grogu movie. But if you're tying all these shows together, then put him in the Filoni movie. You put a trailer and there's Ahsoka, Din Djarin, and then Jude Law as Jod or whoever his actual name is. And if he turns out to be a Jedi and comes back to the light, they're holding a lightsaber next to Ahsoka. Come on, that feels sits right there. For people that are not too familiar with it, oh, that's Jude Law. We gotta go watch that movie. So I think we'll get him. I think we'll get Jude Law in one of the upcoming movies. But all right, so that's it for today. I wanted to talk about the Dune finale at the Doctor Who special, Christmas special, but with everything that happened, just gonna very quick. Let me just, yeah, we'll be in Fandoms. Dune finale was great. I love the reveal with Desmond Hart and Tula Harkonnen. I love how it kind of mirrors a little bit the High Republic with how they have this virus inside of them that can be exploited. Very similar to how the Nameless exploits the Force inside the Jedi and inside everyone. But the acting was great. Poor Emperor Haviko just wanted to be with his favorite sister. forgot the name of the. Anyway, poor Emperor Habiko died because he wanted to have his cake and ate it too. But Empress Ines sent her own daughter to. Sorry, not Empress Ines. Empress Natalia sending her daughter Ines to jail, but then she escaped with Reverend Mother Valia Harkonnen's assistance. They saved the Atreides kid, Kieran Atreides, and then end up on Arrakis. So a great finale. Desmond Hart kind of finally found his mom, but still took her in also. So that's going to be a great relationship going forward for season 2. And in that Doctor Who finale, it was wonderful. What else can you add? And Shruti Gal was a perfect Doctor Who. He expresses every emotion possible. A great message. It was a little bit hard also with all the COVID talk and not being able to visit your family that was in the hospital. The idea of the time hotel was great. The Doctor getting to spend a whole year with Anita in that hotel was awesome. I hope we get more with that character. And letting the Doctor just live. He's just there for a year, just living his life, not worrying about being the Doctor, and just being human, basically, and having that relationship, that friendly relationship with someone, creating a friendship, which is something he really doesn't get. Like he said, I don't even have a chair inside the TARDIS. Hopefully this comes back. And the Mavity bit is still going. Joy was a great addition also, and Trev, you gotta love him. We also got a quick sneak peek into season 2. So very excited for that coming in this year, 2025, almost at 2026, 2025. Whew. All right, so that does it for our show this week. I know it was a weird, not to get through to record, because we're missing a lot of stuff, especially our internet connection. But thank you again to everyone that joined us yesterday as we're trying to get this episode going. But if you're able to watch this later on, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Comment down below any questions or comment that you have about Skeleton Crew, and of course give us a thumbs up. And if you're listening to the audio podcast, 5-star rating and review. I should have done this at the beginning, but hopefully everyone stood back and listened and watched for the whole 32 minutes. But thank you guys again. Happy New Year. We'll see you guys next week, as we cover episode 6 of Skeleton Crew. So stay safe, be safe, and what is a concubine? See ya.